patriotic red, white, and blue. Maybe something with stars. I did get a couple of new sets for my birthday, and some of those sets included the patriotic ones that had just been released by Color Street earlier in the month, and so I might just use those. Although I do have older sets too that I can pick from, so I gotta think about it, because I think there was one, was it from last year, that is like a French tip, and I remember wanting to save that for this year, and so I think I may just save it for this year. I mean, not save it, use it this year like I had intended, because why not? Yeah. Shoot. Okay, Champagne Fizz goes on these. Was I going to do Champagne Fizz on this one too? I think I might have wanted to do that because I wanted to double up. And then I was going to do Raspberry Tart on the thumb, so let's do that really quick. No, we'll do that last. Champagne Fizz, let's do it. I love this one because this looks like champagne sugar and Peaked My Luminosity. Both retired. They had a baby, and it is stunning. This Prism FX holographic glitter overlay. Going to be very sad when I run out of this one. But it's so shiny. And I did use this I&M Northern Lights Out the Door hologram top coat in gold on my toes, because I didn't want to waste this beauty on my toes. So yeah, let's... Do I want Champagne Fizz on... I think I was just going to leave... because these, my pointer fingers is 2 layers. Because I use it to scrape things off sometimes, so I need like 2 layers. I think the thumb I might need another layer too, because I tend to use that a lot too. But I know I'm putting Champagne Fizz on these because of the nail decals. But now I'm thinking I should put it over this one too. And you know what? Let's do it. We're gonna have Champagne Fizz on all the fingers. All the fingers. So, let's do it. Let's just go for it. I'm gonna be so sad when I use them all up. Ugh. But they're meant to be used. There's no point in saving them. So let's just do it. Do it to it. Alright, so let's lay that. And then I'm going to try to use this on the other side because don't want to waste. Pinky, no matter how long my pinkies grow, typically can allow for me to use 1 strip on the 2 pinkies. My other fingers, however, once the length of the nail gets to be a certain length, I can't like double up like I'm doing here. So yeah. That's the only thing that's like, I'm torn when my nails start growing out, because I do like the look of the longer nails, but it's not practical for me as far as work when I'm typing all the time, as well as using my sets when I want to save some of, some of the strips for my nieces to be able to use. So not practical to have the longer nails, but I am letting them grow out again just a little bit. But yeah, also if I don't cut them down after a certain point, they're likely to break, because I am really rough with my hands. I play, well, I shouldn't say play basketball. We shoot hoops in the backyard often, like almost every evening when I come home from work. So Panda Bear and I will shoot some hoops, and I lift weights, and, you know, I do dishes. Today I cooked steak for my parents and myself. So, you know, I use my hands a lot. I don't garden. I am the worst at nurturing plants. So my sister had actually given both my mom and me some succulent plants to take home from our vacation. And I have one of them at work, and I have to keep reminding myself to water it. And oh, I didn't use a Floral Notes. Whoopsies! I didn't use one. Let me do that really quick. But yeah, I know succulents are plants that don't need too much attention, but I've been known to kill orchids and other plants that have been given to me, so I just gotta remind myself to take care of those plants. So yeah, right now they're still alive. Michelle, if you're watching, they're still alive, but yeah. I was hoping actually to bring she gave me two, one small one and one bigger one. I was hoping to bring the bigger one over to Carla's house and teach her girls how to take care of the plant. Because that'll give them, you know, some responsibility and something to like look forward to, watering the plant every, you know, week, you know. And it could also kind of be a reminder to me to like water the plant, because when I visit them, I usually visit them weekly. And, you know, that could be the day where I'm like, okay, girls, have you watered the plant? So yeah, I think I might actually still go through with that plan and bring the plant to them. But yeah, I'm just horrible at taking care of plants, and might be one of the biggest reasons why I'm like, I didn't want to have children. I am great at being cool auntie, but having my own kids is not something that I had personally thought about wanting at all. So yeah, luckily Panda Bear and I are on the same page on that. You know, if and when we're at a point in our lives where we're like, do we want kids? We might adopt to help take care of those kids that are already in the world that are in need. Because yeah, I can be cheery, but deep inside, I have very morbid thoughts. Not a fan of the world as a whole, and I don't want to bring a child into this world. Just seeing things that we've had to deal with in the past few decades has just not been pretty. So yeah. But anyways, so what was how did I get off on that tangent? Plants. We were talking about plants. Why did I even start talking about plants? Now I'm just like, what is going on? My brain is all over the place today. I think because I'm like, oh, I want to just be done with this Manny already so I can go back to binge watching my shows before Panda Bear gets home. Because XO Kitty is not a show that he's gonna want to binge watch with me. However, Selling Sunset, he sometimes will watch with me and comment along with the show, which is a lot of fun when that happens. And the show, To All the Boys I Loved Before, one of the reasons I watched that one when it first came out was because one of the actors that was in the show was in another show that Panda Bear and I had watched together. And it was a show that Panda Bear had picked out for us called The Fosters. And that was a good show. We actually started watching the spin-off from that show called Good Trouble before we got rid of Hulu. And so, yeah. Sometimes it's funny to think about how like what shows we end up watching. Last night, Panda Bear was asking me, you know, what's like the show, like was your all-time favorite show when you were growing up? And I had told him Swan's Crossing. And he's like, what? What's that? I don't know. Okay, do any of you all that are watching this video remember Swan's Crossing? It was very short-lived. There were only 65 episodes. It was like this teen soap opera that was on for like a brief moment in my childhood that I was obsessed with watching. And Sarah Michelle Gellar was in it. Shane McDermott, I think was the actor's name, was in it. And yeah, like not many people had watched Swan's Crossing. I remember one of my very first YouTube channels that I had started following way back when YouTube was not even like super popular. Like they had all the episodes like bootlegged on YouTube, and so I was following them to watch those episodes. And now Panda Bear tells me that you can watch it on, I think it was Tubi, Tubi, and I'm like, what, for reals? Now I kind of want to binge watch Swan's Crossing all over again. I'm sure it doesn't hold up to the times, but still, I'm like, that show, if we're talking about animated, Gem was one that I was like super obsessed with as a child, to the point where when I was in college, I spent buku bucks on getting the DVD sets of Gem and the holograms. Who watched that? What else? What else? We were talking about like DuckTales and like Darkwing Duck and like Animaniacs. Oh gosh, Animaniacs was awesome. New Kids on the Block used to have a cartoon. I used to watch that because I was so into New Kids on the Block, but I was too young to go to any of their concerts way back in the days. And so, first chance I got when they reunited, I took my sister with me to go see their concert. And Lance Bass from NSYNC was seated like really close by us, like maybe like 2 rows in front of us. And so it was an epic concert, to be able to spend that time with my sister. And then she, of course, looked at me funny when I started like screaming the song lyrics out and crying like a fangirl. But yeah. Who's had experiences like that at a concert? Because, yeah. I remember too, this was, Lady Gaga had opened for them. And at that time, Lady Gaga wasn't like super like famous as she is now. And yeah, it was just like, who is this? And so that's pretty neat. And then I remember when my sister, because my sister was the one that was really into NSYNC, but I secretly really liked NSYNC too. But I took her to an NSYNC concert. Oh, that one's not gonna fit. Okay. I took her to an NSYNC concert, and we sat in really good seats. This was back when you had to go and stand out in the cold to be one of the first ones to buy tickets. So the internet did not exist at that time to the point where you're able to purchase your tickets on like Ticketmaster, StubHub, or anything like that. So we like camped out to get tickets, and I took my sister to the NSYNC concert, and Genuine was one of the performers, and he actually was like, he got really close up to where we were seated when he was performing, and it was just really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, what an experience. Don't have experiences like that very much anymore, but that was a memorable concert with my sister. I miss my sister Michelle. She lives too far for us to like spend like a lot of time together, but we used to do a lot together. So yeah. But yeah. Champagne Fizz. I love Champagne Fizz. These names for these sets are cute because when you think about it, if you're having a tropical garden party, champagne, fizz, you know, champagne, and then raspberry tarts, yum, lychee rosé, yes, matcha, yeah. Floral Notes is the only one that I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, sometimes when you describe some kind of, like, alcoholic beverage, you'll talk about the floral notes of it and all that. But that's the only one where I was like, the name of it was like, didn't really stand out to me as much. But the rest of them, I really liked how they named the names. But the sets didn't, like, they weren't what I thought they would be. Although, I'm not disappointed. I was just surprised. So, now I'm curious. I think the next box is like fluffy and cozy or something like that. And it almost looks like pastel-y colors, but I'm like, it's summer. Is pastel in during the summer? I feel like neon would be what's in during the summer. And then why fluffy and cozy during the summertime? I feel like that's more of like winter. I don't know. I'm a little confused by it, but I do love a surprise, and that's why having the subscription to the Color Play boxes is fun for me, because then I get sets that I normally don't gravitate towards, and it pushes my creativity juices to flow. So I gotta get real creative with what I've got to make it work. And so, very curious about the next box. So, those of you watching that aren't subscribed to Color Play and want to, if you don't have a stylist, as I mentioned, my sister-in-law Carla is a Color Street stylist. Link below if you want to subscribe to Color Play box. Oh, and this right here is a coaster. It came in the sub box as a set of 4, and I've seen a bunch of people already use it as a Nelfie disc where they're like holding it, and so I'm definitely going to be taking my Nelfie with this when I'm done with all my nails. But yeah, where did I leave off? Oh shoot. This one already has 2, so this one's not going to get champagne. Oh, I left off on my thumbs. I'm at my thumbs already. Wow, I'm almost done. What, I said that like 20 minutes ago, didn't I? My bad. I talk too much sometimes. I get off on tangents. It's who I am. It's funny because I'm truly an introvert at heart, but when you get to know me, if you're in an intimate setting with me, I can sometimes talk your ear off. And so it's weird filming sometimes, because filming for the fun of it, it's like I'm sitting here chit-chatting with friends, even though you guys aren't able to, like, I can't dialogue with you back and forth while I'm doing my nails. I still can have that conversation with y'all in the comments, and so that's fun. And those that are part of the Facebook group and you guys comment on my posts, I'm able to, like, you know, interact with you guys there. And then a lot of us in this Color Street community. We all kind of follow each other and are in similar groups, and so we kind of interact with each other in those groups. So it's really, really awesome to have, I would call you guys friends, from all over the place, having a common interest that is Color Street. So really, really happy with that. You guys fill a hole, a void in me, and I appreciate it. So thank you to all of you guys that have interacted with me. It reminds me of when I was, I think I was 13 or 14. When did AOL first, America Online, first come out? Because I was pretty young, but I remember really enjoying going online after school every day to chat with people. And luckily, you know, you hear horror stories of people getting scammed and worse, right? I've had a few people who have tried to scam me. Luckily, I had good people around me kind of helping me, like when I bounce off ideas with them and stuff like that. They're like, don't trust. But like, overall, I've met a lot of cool people online. I've been online. I'm one of the ones that have been online for like a very long time. Like even like when Panda Bear and I talk about like being online and stuff, like I've been online longer than he has been online, and he's older than me by almost a year. So the reason why that is so is because my dad, he worked at companies where like technology and internet was like a big thing, and so, you know, exposed to access to the internet at a very young age. So now, like, kids today, they don't know what life is like without the internet. So unless they're Amish. But yeah, everybody's kind of plugged in now. But where was I going with that? Where was I going? I was mentioning that I've met a lot of cool people online. And, you know, it's great to be able to just have common interests with people and share ideas from, like, with people from all over. Like, not just people, like, down the street living near you, but, like, people living different cities, different states, different countries. It's really cool. It's just, I guess it's a blessing and a curse, though, because then you don't know, like, what's real and what's a scam, too. I've heard of so many, like, people getting scammed in some of the Facebook groups that are, like, for, like, people to buy Color Street, like, for low prices and stuff like that. And I was buying a lot of, before my sister-in-law became a Color Street stylist, I was buying a lot of sets at very low prices, which makes me sad to think about because, okay, granted, love having a good deal, so not mad at that. But the sad part is that, you know, hearing what you have to invest in, you know, being a stylist and what you make, or what you don't make, it makes me sad to see that there's people that have to, like, sell their sets off at such low prices just to, like, break even or like mitigate a loss or something like that. And so I don't know. I just don't know what the answer is as far as, you know, making Color Street a better business for those people that are involved. But something needs to be done. Something. Because there's a lot of good people, a lot of good stylists that are barely making it work. And that kind of sucks. So I don't know what the answer is, but hopefully they'll be able to like get that worked out, because I really do like the product a whole lot. And not just the nails. I actually do enjoy very much. I have the Go Getter blush. It's a blush balm. So I enjoy using that often. Like, it's one of my staple items that I use when I wear makeup. And then I do like their some of their lipsticks too. So I have that. And so I'm hoping that they will come out with skincare, because the owner of the company, the founder of the company, Fa Park, is Korean, and Korean skincare is really awesome. And so I'm wondering if he has any connections or is doing any deals overseas, because if Color Street comes out with Korean skincare, like their own line, I probably would be into looking at what the ingredients are and purchasing that, because then I'm supporting my sister-in-law's small business and I'm able to get skincare, which hopefully will be good. But yeah. Anyways, alright, I think I'm almost done here. This is it. That's the last one. So what are we doing with time? I think we're only at 2 parts. So I think we're going to end it there. For those that have watched the whole thing, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And yeah, hopefully this gives you some idea if you have the Tropical Garden Party box, like what you want to do with the sets, because here's the final look. Obviously I'll take a nail fee once I clean up my cuticles and use some cuticle oil so that my hands aren't so dry, but this is the final look. I'm really digging Raspberry Tart with that champagne fizz. That is looking real amazing. But yeah, here we go. That is it. So, should I put something on the thumbs? What do you guys think? Probably not, right? Because it's nice to have one that's like not all decorated. But I don't know. Comment below, let me know. But this is it. This is the Tropical Garden Party. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching and seeing how different ways you could use the sets. Obviously, if you don't have the nail decals, it's not the end of the world. You could probably use, you know, you might not have to use these 2 sets with your mixed mani, but I feel like that comes together. And then, of course, I'll take a photo of my pedicure too, so you can see how it all ties in together. But that is it. So until next time, hope you guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.